Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Kentucky versus Alabama college football matchup on Saturday, November 11th, 2023. It's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year. It's College Football Saturday here on YouTube. I do tons of free pick videos, so be sure to subscribe to our channel. We do free picks every day. Sportschatplace.com, Pickdawgz.com right here on YouTube, as well as across social media and our live shows. And when you give out that many free picks, you're bound to like some games more than others. To find out which games those are, as well as to get best bets from the world's best handicappers, head on over to our website, Pickdawgz.com. Just click on the Premium Picks tab. While you're there, use the discount code PICK. You'll get 15% off all of your purchases of $19 or more. We now also have the Pickdawgz Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays. These aren't available everywhere. You can only get these by calling or texting the numbers that you see on the screen. You can't get them on the website. They're meant for people who make big bets. I make big bets. I know a lot of you do as well. So call or text. Like I said, the only way you can get these packages. But let's get to this one. Kentucky taking on Alabama. It's November football in the SEC. We know, well, that means big stakes because the SEC, tons of bowl tie-ins. And, of course, in the final year before you go to a 12-team college football playoff, well, then the bowls are still going to be available for a lot of these SEC teams. But for the Alabama Crimson Tide, thinking maybe one step further, of course, they have that loss to Texas on the resume, 8-1 coming into this thing. But the thing is that, well, if they can get to the college football, if they can get to the SEC championship game, take on an undefeated, two-time defending national championship Georgia team, and knock off the Dogs somehow, well, that would probably leapfrog them into the big playoffs. Meanwhile, for Kentucky, thinking about a big finish, and of course a win over an Alabama team would just basically be a landmark win for this Kentucky program. You know, Alabama's certainly been a thorn in the side for Kentucky over the years, and we have seen some massive blowouts in this series, including the last time they met in 2020, 63-3 for the Crimson Tide. I remember watching that game because I had laid the 31.5 with the Tide in that thing. And I mean, they emptied the bench and all they kept doing was just keeping on scoring. Everybody, you know, that carried the ball seemed to have scored a touchdown in that game. Of course, you know, they don't meet all that often. But like I said, you know, Alabama definitely, while they've had success on the basketball court, always associated as a football school. Meanwhile, Kentucky still has that kind of tag out there as being a basketball school. And now that it is college basketball season, what we've seen historically is that Kentucky kind of tails off at the second half of the year. Whether it's because attention in Kentucky turns to college basketball, like I always say, or if it actually is just, you know, they meet that SEC portion of the schedule and that tough part of the year, it probably has a little bit more to do with it. But I think facing an Alabama Crimson Tide team that can smell it, and of course Nick Saban has his teams well prepared coming into these games, I like Bama going to lay the points, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. Our betting tools are 100% free, and the way they work, they show you just how often all the bets on the board today actually hit. Then they show you today's odds, and from there, you can assess the risk-reward, putting yourself on the bets that come in the most and pay the most. That's how you make money betting on sports.